Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, of all kinds, we are here for the final match in this league. We are currently 3-1, fighting for this potential 4-1. If we go 3-2, that's fine. As I've said before, the results are not what matters on this channel. We focus on the learning and hopefully the entertainment. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. If you have questions about the deck list and the choices that were made and what's different, go check out match 1. I will not be going over that here. Let's just jump straight into the match. There's a deck that I used to play a lot, Esper Draw Go Control. Shout out to anybody who understands that particular deck or naming convention. It was a deck that used to play Think Twice and whatnot, so hence the Draw Go part of the name. I always thought it was very distinctive. But the reason I bring it up is because that particular deck was very prone to records like this. Whenever you were winning or losing a match, it was almost certain that you were going to gain one win in any given match, especially considering the sideboard was so rounded out with access to the haymakers from white, such as Stony Silence, Celestial Purge, Timely Reinforcements, those kinds of general usage sideboard cards. But it also had a lot of general permission and lots of answers, so I always found it very easy to win at least one game, but I was plagued by having constant X and 1 or 1 and 2 records, and in each individual match, I should say. And it was very interesting. Playing against 9 Slinger. Slinging some 9s. On the draw, finally. Not that that's a good thing, but it's definitely well-deserved here. I think we were on the play every single match this league so far, so we'll definitely mulligan a hand with 0 lands, as our 30 land deck generally wants to have at least 1 land in its opening hand, if not 3. So, speaking of having multiple lands in the opener, I mean, this hand is not fantastic, but I think we definitely have to keep it. And I really hate the idea of bottoming a Dryad here, but we need all of our lands to get to Titan mana here, so if we draw an Amulet, it's actually a fine pickup, as we'll be able to use our Vesuva copying Crumbling Vestige, or just the Crumbling Vestige itself, to be able to double mana production in one particular turn. But yeah, we need to be able to hit our land drops here to get this Garen Brig activated, so not really excited about this hand, but I don't think we can afford to mulligan it. Could be wrong. We shall see. I'm not sure if turn 3 Dryad, turn 4 Titan on the draw is even fast enough. It's probably not. A Grazer would actually be a pretty good pickup here. Turn 1 Grazer off this Vestige, putting Garen Brig into play, and then playing Hanweir into Dryad the turn after. Seems pretty sweet to me. That would definitely speed this hand up significantly. I suppose we can actually get a turn 2 Dryad off of an Amulet here as well, so Spiralef Canal. Soulscar Mage. So this is going to be the Izzet Blitz deck. Hey, there's Grazer. Awesome. This hand actually seems like it stacks up pretty well against Izzet Blitz, I'm not going to lie. I'm always happy to see Izzet Blitz on the other side of the table. I think it's a cool deck, but I also have to admit I like playing against it because I am of the opinion that it's a pretty good matchup. Not saying that we're going to win this match, but regardless, having this Grazer not only helps accelerate our game plan significantly, but it also represents a very useful blocker here. Now we just need to top deck an untap source so we can cast Titan on turn 3 here. Alright. There it goes. Our plan is in motion here. The plan is underway. Ask and you shall receive, am I right? Grazer, never change. You're just one of the best cards in this deck. Let me know in the comments if any of you guys like Grazer and Explore as much as I do. I feel like a lot of people play this deck because they like the arbitrary power of Primeval Titan or Dryad plus Valakut. I just want to cast some Grazers and Explorers. That's all that I'm asking for. Are we playing around a Mutagenic Growth or something like that? I don't know or care. If they have a Gut Shot or something, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and get some value here. Alright, so obviously we're playing a Dryad this turn. Maybe they just didn't realize that Grazer can block a flyer, since it does have reach. I've said it in the past, but there are many people who do not know that Arboreal Grazer has reach, so alright. We have a Titan this upcoming turn, guaranteedly, so there's that. That's pretty nice. We actually... Nah, we're not going to be able to haste Titan here, sadly. Because we're going to have to tap our Hanweir one way or another in order to cast this Titan. If we were to play Vestige into Vesuva, then we wouldn't be able to produce a red mana to attack with our Titan, so we'll just have to settle for some Valakut triggers here. And in this case, I'm not blocking with Dryad, because Valakutting our opponent's board into Oblivion, that seems like the best possible way to win this game, especially considering we're still at 20, so there's that. If our opponent has double Lightning Bolt for our Dryad, that'll be kind of sad, but at the same time, we'll be getting a Titan into play, so maybe it's not too bad. And that'll also put our opponent at 1 card in hand. I guess they could have, like, Lava Dart plus Lightning Bolt, and that would be worst case scenario, but even that's not too bad, so. Okay, there's a Lava Dart. Going to the face, it looks like. A little hard to tell. I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever a player casts a spell like Lava Dart, it shows the little blue arrow up on their name over here, as well as the target, which is very weird to me. And I'm not seeing anything on the Dryad, so it looks like our Dryad is good for this turn. Our Grazer having already gained us 4 life in this particular instance. Looking pretty good. I think our opponent probably can't win here. Amulet. Does that do anything in particular? Let's see, so we can play Amulet off the black of this Rot Farm, and then play Vestige, and make 3, 4, activate Garenbrig, Summoner's Pact for our Titan, play Vesuva as a copy of Hanweir. That lets us haste this turn, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's do that. We could actually Vesuva as a Garenbrig, I think. Let's just play the Vestige first and float the mana, but if we can get another colored source in play here so we don't have to do any extra work to get our Summoner's Pact paid for this upcoming upkeep, then that's probably better than anything else. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a Garenbrig here. Alright, I guess before we do anything, let's just go ahead and cast the Summoner's Pact. Now we can get double Valakut and still haste our Titan. Seems pretty good. Pretty good. Not gonna lie. So our opponent is probably just dead here. Let's see, double Valakut would be 4 triggers, and the attack would get 2 more lands, which is good for 4 more triggers. That's 8. So that's like 24 damage, if I'm not mistaken. Plus the 6 from the Titan itself. So we can afford to meme around and mow our opponent's board here, but I don't really like going for extra style points or whatever. If you have your opponent dead, just kill him. Not to be rude to anybody who likes to take the opportunity to show off a little bit and get some extra value out of your Valakut triggers, but let's not waste any time here. Let's just do what it is that our deck is designed to do. Could have yielded to these Amulet triggers a long time ago in this turn, but that's cool. We'll do it now. We'll do it live. Our opponent is dead just to lethal damage here. So, there's that. Swing with the crew. Alright. Let's go to game 2 here. That was a very convincing game 1 from a hand that I thought might be too slow, so love to see that, for sure. We probably want Dismembers. We probably want Engineered Explosives. We may want Reclamation Sage, in case our opponent has Blood Moon. I don't know if I want to play around it. I guess it's pretty free to bring in 1 Sage, as it also does Chump Block, although it dies to a Lava Dart, so I don't know. Could be wrong, but I'll bring it in just because I feel like it today. We'll trim this Pact. Trim this Bog. trim a couple Explorers probably. Maybe more than that. Explorer's a little slow in this matchup. Not cutting any number of Arboreal Grazers. Are you crazy? How could you suggest that? We could trim a Pact. I don't know how much I care for that, though. Cavernous Holes is unlikely to make any difference, as our opponent has Aether Gust if they have any interaction for our Titan on the stack, so not really excited about that. It does make a turn 1 green for our Grazer, though, and also plays turn 1 to Amulet, so it's fine. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Turn Timber I'm not super impressed with in this matchup either, but it does let us find a Dryad or a Titan. Bolting ourselves to get the mana is kind of but let's just go with 1 copy of Explorer. Just the one that I need in the deck to satisfy myself that, yes, I can in fact draw and play a copy of Explorer. I mean, come on. What else did you want to do other than cast Explorer on your turn 2? Like, if we draw that 1 Explorer in this hand, it's going to be magnificent. I mean, we still have the whole turn 3 Dryad, turn 4 Titan thing going. Maybe we won't just top deck Grazer off the top this time like we did last time, but we have 4 Grazers and 4 Amulets and 1 Explorer that all make this hand much better, and at the worst possible case scenario, we just play turn 3 Dryad into Gruul Turf, turn 4 Titan, so, I mean, we'll try it. We could be dead by the time we do anything, but, I mean, whatever. We're up a game here anyways, so we'll risk it. Lots of draws that pan out well for us, so. I think Grazer off the top would be the best thing. Followed by Amulet, obviously. Anything that lets us get this Dryad into play turn 2. Land, not really what I was hoping for. I guess we're playing a tapped Breeding Pool. I guess we could have played a tapped Turn Timber Symbiosis. That wouldn't have been the worst. But the Breeding Pool lets us use Garen Brig to cast Explore this upcoming turn if we draw it, so. If not, then we'll probably just play the Symbiosis tapped. Alright, opponent, don't just play 2 more 1-drops. Or do that and let us draw and be able to play explosives. To be honest, though, even if they poured 2 1-drops from their hand into play, and we just top-decked explosives, that's way worse than 2 1-drops, I think, actually. Sprite Dragon is a huge problem. Alright, Grazer. That's not a Grazer. Alright, here we go. Tapped Turn Timber Symbiosis. Pass it back. See, guys, this is the recipe for success against an aggro deck, is doing nothing for 3 straight turns, and then slamming a 2-4 blocker. I mean, isn't that just obvious? Yeah, we could be dead here. Another 1-drop, huh? Gut Shot. They do play Gut Shot. Interesting. Not really that surprised, in all honesty, despite what it may sound like. Light up the stage, okay. This is a large chunk of damage. We might just be straight up dead. I guess if we drew an Amulet. Nah, that doesn't really change anything. Yeah, we're at 7. That's a thing that really happened. There's a Grazer. There's no way to play Grazer and Dryad this turn, sadly. Man, if one of these bounce lands was not a bounce land, I'm surprised I'm saying that, because oftentimes I'm needing to top deck a bounce land, but I mean, what are we going to do here? Not put Dryad into play? That just seems ridiculous. Let's see, if we Grazered out a bounce land and picked up Turn Timber, that's not really doing anything. Yeah, let's just get our Dryad into play here and hope for the absolute best. And, I guess we'll get Gruul Turf into play here so that we can haste our Titan, potentially, assuming our Dryad stays alive. I don't know. If we get to untap with Dryad still in play, then, I mean, we'll probably just be going straight for the Valakut line. Valakut and Radiant Fountain would be my guess. Aether Gust. Yikes. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's just lethal. Alright. So, was not really working out here. Our top deck would have been absolutely nothing. Oh, Summoner's Pact. There we go. I mean, that wouldn't have done anything either. Alright, let's get something a little faster. Explorer actually would have been pretty good there, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know if we want to change anything. This also showcased why I don't really like Turn Timber that much in this matchup. I mean, it did serve as an additional land source, I suppose, but you know what? Let's get these Turn Timbers out of here and get some Explorers back in. It's a little experimental, but I'm going to try it. I think Explorer is also much better on the play than it is on the draw against an aggro deck. We'll play first, of course. All lands in a Summoner's Pact, huh? No thanks. We also have to keep that Aether Gust in mind here. Turn 2 Azusa, turn 3 Titan. Sounds good to me. We can bottom the Dismember, or we can bottom the Explorer. The Explorer only really adds to this hand in that it lets us cantrip into a land to play out for this Azusa, or a Dryad if we draw it. Or if we draw a second Amulet, the Explorer lets us play a turn 2 Titan here. The Dismember, however, makes us a little better against our opponent's draw if they have a couple creatures. Like if we can get rid of their Soulscar Mage or Sprite Dragon, the Dismember will be looking better. I think we need the redraw though, to be honest. I might be wrong, but I'm going to keep the Explorer here. Alright, here's our Crumbling Vestige. Amulet. Pass it back. Next turn, if we want to play around a Bolt or something like that, Lava Dart plus Gut Shot or something crazy, we can explore before we play the Azusa just to guarantee that we get this Explorer out of our hand and get the redraw. Soulscar Mage. Okay, so we don't have to worry about a Bolt effect. How about another Explorer? Okay, well, let's get this Azusa into play. I dare say would be a good idea. Of course, we have to keep bounce land in hand here, especially if we don't hit another land or two off the top here with these Explorers. So, there goes Azusa. So this is our second land drop this turn, meaning we have one remaining. Explore. Dryad, huh? So this means we get to play a Dryad this turn also, and then still cycle Explorer, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty dang good. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty satisfied with that outcome. This is shaping up to be one of the best hands I've had against Prowess. Not gonna lie. Here goes Dryad. Our opponent can't even play a Blood Moon this upcoming turn to punish us for this play, so now let's explore here and hit a land off the top so that we only need to keep one of these two in play in order to cast our Titan this upcoming turn. Alright, Explorer, hit me any land off the top. Any land. Grazer. That one's not going to do it. Do we put the Grazer in play or hold on to it? So if we lose our Azusa, our Dryad lets us go up to 5 mana, and the Grazer puts us up to 6 mana this upcoming turn, so oddly enough, though the Grazer is not a land, it lets us Titan if our opponent bolts our Azusa this upcoming turn, so I'm going to hold on to that one. We're playing Amulet Storm over here. See, you're never going to get this out of Titan Shift or green-white Titan shenanigans. Let's not block here. I'm not afraid of the probably maximum, 3 damage our opponent can do here. Unless they have a mutagenic growth and maybe it's 5 damage. I don't care. Hit me with what you got, opponent. So, the problem with blocking with Dryad here would be they could bolt our Dryad, play a second land, and then Burst Lightning or, Lava Dart away our Azusa, and then we have no route to Titan. So there's a Lava Dart already. So, alright, yeah, we're just good here. So, here's land drop number 1. And we can actually leave this bounce land in play, thanks to the second growth chamber that we have drawn. So, we'll do that. Land number 2 can be a Vestige as well, I think that's fine. Green, of course. What else would you have me float? Don't patronize me. I want that green mana. Growth Chamber for the Titan mana here. We can float, and we'll pick up a bounce land, of course. And here goes Titan himself. We even get an additional Valakut trigger at the end of this sequence, thanks to our additional land drop remaining. So Valakut and Hanweir, of course. We will float and activate, targeting Primeval Titan. Swing, swing, swing. Yes. So if we get Valakut and Vesuva, that's 3 Valakut copies in play times 2 lands entering is 6 triggers. That would be, what is that? 18 damage plus an additional 3 triggers from our remaining land drop, and that is, I mean, the 18 was already lethal, but, you know, it's cool, it's cool. And like I said before, we could have some fun and throw some Valakut triggers where they don't belong at this Skullscar Mage, but let's just forget all that for a moment here and do the respectful thing. Put our opponent out of their misery. Of course, they'll do the respectful things for themselves and go ahead and scoop up a game that they have no business playing any longer. They know what's up. They know what's up. And you also know what's up. We got that 4-1. Always love to get that record. Anything that's a 3-2 or better is already getting your value back. So going 3-2 is enough to make me smile. And anything more than that, I'm just thankful for the additional ability and flexibility my collection for the content that I make for you guys. And like I said before, if you enjoy my content or get any usefulness, any kind of entertainment out of my content, then leave a like, comment, subscribe. I've seen a little bit more comment activity from all of my YouTube viewers recently, and I'm very thankful for that. I enjoy to interact with all of you people, and it really warms my heart to see people discussing lines or just making little funny comments about what occurred in videos and stuff. Like when I make egregious mistakes and somebody makes light of it, I enjoy that too. I can laugh at myself. It's fine. And yeah, I'm glad that I could share this journey with you guys. I'll see you in the next league. This is Redface Menace, signing off.